Hey everybody, Jason Sloan here with Total Loss Solutions. We're doing a quarterly update, so we're going to let you guys know some information about Total Loss Solutions, also stuff that's going around in the roofing industry and as far as to benefit your business. So first thing we're going to talk about is, what are you guys doing next week? We're going to be at Win the Storm. We're setting up on Tuesday, March 30th, and the show starts March 31st and goes till April 2nd. And we're also going to do a breakout session. So let me show you where we're going to be at real quick. So we're going to be right here, booth number 436. So we may be right next to Latif and Boss Up Solutions, but we'll see. Also, right across from John and those guys. This was them last year. They have a great setup, lots of fun. Obviously, it'll be a little different with COVID, but still should be a great show. One of the things we're going to be showcasing is we're putting together all of the price lists for the United States for March to show you guys where you guys we're sitting at. We do this when we deal with new clients and onboarding, and also when we're just doing a demo for somebody. So right here, you can see Boulder and the Springs. The material cost is about $10 a square difference. Also, you got your labor, but right here is a big issue, your profit. So that drops you by about $40 right there. Those are those percentage. Cost in these two areas are pretty much the same. So, I mean, you could move this, if you're getting the materials for the same as in the Springs, you can move this over and you're making a little bit more, but your profits are still low. Colorado's still one of the best places for as far as base Xactimates goes. We are working with people in Pennsylvania and Florida, and they're only making like $10 a square. So other than extra trades and a lot of other stuff, they're not doing great. But there's 431 price lists in the United States, including Puerto Rico. We're going to have all of them on here. And so that way you guys can come by and we can talk about what you guys are paying and what our services actually imply, how we get you guys paid properly. We've talked about that on a few different videos, but a lot of times face-to-face or on a Zoom meeting works great. So if you're at Win the Storm, come by the booth. We'll have some stuff for you. And hopefully we can set up a time while we're out there in New Orleans to grab a bite or have a drink. If you want to do that, you can contact me and I'll give that info at the end. Now, as far as our breakout session, it'll be myself, but the featured speaker is going to be David Furtado, which is our principal attorney, and he runs Furtado Law PC and Furtado Law Solutions. So he's won the largest loss settlement for a first party claimant in Colorado history. So he's going to talk a little bit about that, but he's also going to talk about how much are you owed. It's a very heated subject because of the fact that every business is a little bit different. So learning that information is going to be key to know where your numbers need to be. Now on to the regular stuff. So some of the updates for our industry. We in the roofing industry, we've seen 2020 was a little nuts. Some areas like Colorado had hardly any weather. Good thing there was EIDLs, and we'll go into that in 2 seconds. But this year there's been a record amount of hail and wind events for the first quarter. A lot of it happened in March. So most of you probably seen that there was hail in Minnesota in March, which is odd because it wasn't usually warm enough, but it was one of those freak things that happened. It's kind of like when Colorado gets hail in October. Doesn't usually happen, not usually warm enough, and it just happened just right. And as far as businesses go, one of the EIDL program was extended to the end of 2021. And the way that program works, and we'll go into more detail in another video, but the Reader's Digest version is out. In order to get that, you need to have your information for 2019, what your gross was. You're going to subtract your cost of goods. The simplest way to do that is it's your materials. So think of Starbucks. I was explained to me by somebody, you got your coffee cup and your coffee. That's the cost of goods at Starbucks, not the machines or the labor. It's just the actual material. So for a roofing contractor, it would be your shingles, your felt, any of the materials on that job site that you purchased. So you would take your gross for the year, subtract the other, and then there's lines in the EIDL to do that. And then you come up with your total. Max for the loan is $150,000. It's 30-year fixed, no payments for a year, and it's at 3.75% for a business, 2.75% for a nonprofit. Don't know of any nonprofit roofing companies, but if you're out there, I'd love to talk to you guys and dive into stuff with you guys. You know, that's an interesting subject out there. The other thing is they've done another round of PPP, which is going to help businesses out. That's the way this one works is you have to have a 25% loss of business from 2019 to 2020 to be able to show that. And we'll get into more details on that later. It may be gone by the time that happens and we're on to the third round, but that's what that. There's also some other government programs and grants, which we'll be going over as well. There's another government loan program that they're doing, I think, 8 months where they'll make the payments for you. So that's pretty cool. One of the last things we'll talk about right now is everybody getting their funds. They're getting that $1,400 check, their stimulus. Why not put out an ad, stimulus roofing sale or something like that? Then they have that money to cover their deductibles. So we want to make sure that they're paying their deductibles, and now they have that extra money. Obviously, if they've lost their job, then that's just kind of helping them cover bills. But if they still have everything going, then that'd be great. My trainer was actually at Target, and it was super busy. He asked what was going on to one of the managers, and the manager let him know that they sold more the day before than they did Black Friday, which obviously Black Friday last year was a little different than usual, but still people are spending that money, putting it back in. So you guys might as well get a piece of that. So think about doing advertising. Lastly, if you guys come by the booth, you can call or text me and we can schedule a time to meet. If you're not, it could be real quick at the booth, and then we can meet up and have dinner or drinks, whatever works for you guys. I can be reached at 720-296-6618. Again, it's 720-296-6618. Or you can email me at jason@furtadolaw.solutions. Again, that's jason@furtadolaw.solutions. And not .com. And give us a holler if you need any help with your supplements or your estimating needs. We're still doing that $50 estimate for residential roof only estimates. So if you guys need anything, just contact us. Have a great day.